When's the last time you sat down to do something important, really important, and actually did it without picking up your phone? For most people, the answer is uncomfortable. You can scroll Instagram for 2 hours straight, binge an entire season in one sitting, but sit down to read a book, write that email, finish that project, 5 minutes in, your mind is already wandering. And here's what you tell yourself: I'm just lazy. I lack discipline. I need to try harder. But that's not what's happening. Something in your brain has fundamentally changed. Right now, your attention is being pulled in 100 different directions. Notifications, reels, TikToks, messages, news alerts. Every few seconds, another dopamine hit. Your brain wasn't designed for this level of stimulation. No human brain was. For thousands of years, we evolved to focus on one thing at a time: hunting, gathering, surviving. Our attention was a tool for survival, not entertainment. But in the last 15 years, everything changed. Now, your brain is being rewarded dozens of times per hour for switching, scrolling, clicking, and it's learning that this is what feels normal. So when you try to focus on something that doesn't give you that instant hit, your brain literally resists it. It feels uncomfortable, painful even. And that's not weakness, it's neuroscience.
Every time you switch apps, check your phone, or hop between tasks, your brain releases a quick spike of dopamine, the chemical that rewards novelty and anticipation. Dopamine isn't bad, it's essential. It helps you learn, stay motivated, and pursue goals. But here's the problem. When dopamine spikes too often, your brain becomes desensitized to it. Think of it like turning up the volume on a song. If you keep turning it up, eventually you can't hear the quiet parts anymore. When your dopamine system is constantly firing, the result is you need more stimulation just to feel interested. Normal tasks feel unbearably boring. Your mind wanders faster than ever. Focus becomes genuinely painful. Scientists call this dopamine dysregulation, and it's the same mechanism that drives addiction. Your brain literally becomes wired for constant switching, not deep attention. And the more you repeat this cycle, wake up, check phone, scroll, switch, repeat, the harder focus becomes. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to fix it. Here's what most people don't realize. Your brain is plastic. That means it can change, it can rewire, it can heal. The same neurological pathways that got damaged by overstimulation can be rebuilt through intentional practice. And it happens faster than you think. Most people start seeing improvements in just 3 to 5 days. Real, noticeable changes in 2 to 3 weeks. So let's talk about how to actually do this.
This technique is scientifically proven, and you can do it right now. When you feel scattered, distracted, or mentally foggy, do this. Stop everything. Close your eyes. Take one slow 60-second breath cycle. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 6 seconds. Hold for 2 seconds. Repeat for 1 full minute. Why it works? Deep, controlled breathing activates your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and sustained attention. It also lowers cortisol, your stress hormone, which clears mental fog almost instantly. You're literally hitting the reset button on your nervous system. It sounds almost too simple, but it works every single time. Try it once today. You'll feel the difference immediately. Let's be honest. How many tabs do you have open right now? If it's more than 3, you're already losing. Here's the truth. Multicasting is a myth. Your brain cannot do 2 cognitively demanding tasks at once. It can only switch rapidly between them. And every single switch costs you. Studies show that when you switch tasks, it takes an average of 23 minutes to return to the same level of deep focus you had before. That means if you check your email in the middle of focused work,
You just lost half an hour. Not because you spent 30 minutes on email, because your brain needs that long to fully re-engage. So here's the rule. One task, one tab, one screen. The fewer digital doors your mind has open, the easier it is to stay locked in. Before you start working, ask yourself, what is the one thing I'm doing right now? Then close everything else.
Here's something every neuroscientist agrees on. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. Most people wait to feel ready before they start, but that feeling never comes. Your brain doesn't release motivation chemicals when you think about doing something. It releases them when you actually start doing it. So instead of saying, I'll focus for an hour, say, I'll focus for 10 minutes, or even 5 minutes, or 2 minutes. Just start. Why it works? Once you begin, your brain releases noradrenaline, the chemical of alertness and engagement. This creates momentum, and momentum is self-sustaining. Most people don't have a focus problem, they have a starting problem.
If your environment is noisy, chaotic, and full of interruptions, you will lose. Period. Your willpower is finite. Your environment is constant. So stop relying on discipline and start engineering your space. Here's what a low dopamine environment looks like. Phone face down and on silent, or in another room entirely. No notifications on your computer. No food near you. Snacking equals distraction. Clean, organized desk. Cool room. 68 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit is optimal for focus. One tab open, one clear objective written down. This isn't about being minimalist for aesthetics. It's about removing friction. When there's nothing else fighting for your attention, your brain naturally drops into deep work mode. You're not white-knuckling your way through focus. You're making focus the easiest option. Your brain isn't designed to focus for 8 hours straight. It's designed to work in cycles, specifically ultradian rhythms, 90-minute cycles of high alertness followed by a 15-20-minute dip. This is the same rhythm that governs your sleep, and it's built into your biology. So instead of forcing yourself to stay focused all day, work with your brain's natural rhythm. 90 minutes of deep work, 20 minutes of recovery, then repeat. During that 90-minute block, you're all in. No phone, no distractions, just one task. During the 20-minute break, no social media, no scrolling, no dopamine hits. Instead, walk outside, stretch, stare out a window, let your mind wander. This restores your attentional capacity, so you don't burn out by noon. You'll get more done in 3 focused 90-minute blocks than most people do in an entire day of half-focused work. If dopamine overload is the problem, dopamine training is the solution. Once per day, do something boring on purpose. Examples? Sit in silence for 2 minutes. No phone, no music, no input. Walk without headphones. Eat a meal without watching anything. Fold clothes slowly and mindfully. Sit outside and do nothing. Why it works? You are literally retraining your brain to function without constant stimulation. When you spend time being bored, your dopamine receptors begin to upregulate. That means they become more sensitive again. This raises your dopamine baseline, which restores your ability to focus on tasks that aren't inherently exciting. This is how monks build mental discipline, how elite athletes develop unshakable concentration, how top performers think clearly under pressure. Boredom isn't the enemy of focus, it's the training ground.
Here's the hard truth. Your brain cannot focus if it's exhausted. No amount of coffee, willpower, or productivity hacks will fix a sleep-deprived brain. Your focus tomorrow depends on what you do tonight. Do these before bed. No screens 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. Keep your room cold, 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Sleep and wake at the same time every day. Yes, even weekends. Avoid heavy meals within 3 hours of bed. Keep lights dim after sunset. No caffeine after 2 p.m. Why it matters. Sleep, especially REM and deep sleep, restores your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for attention, impulse control, and decision-making. When you sleep poorly, that part of your brain literally shuts down first. That's why after a bad night's sleep, you feel foggy, distracted, and impulsive. You're not weak, your brain is just offline. Protect your sleep, and your focus will follow.
Your lack of focus is not a character flaw. It's not a moral failure. It's not proof that you're lazy or broken. It's your brain doing exactly what it was trained to do: seek novelty, avoid discomfort, and respond to stimulation. Attention is a muscle, and like any muscle, it can be trained, strengthened, and rebuilt. Start with one strategy today, just one, and watch what happens when you take your attention back. If you want more science-backed strategies like this, subscribe. Your attention is your power, and I'm here to help you reclaim it.